Good morning. In the previous lecture, we solved two problems on inner product of vectors. Now let us move to the next article, Smith's orthonormalization. Or next article, Smith's orthonormalization. SCHMIDT', Smith's orthonormalization. Let us see what is this Smith's orthonormalization. To understand the method of Smith's orthonormalization, let us consider n-dimensional space. Let us consider n-dimensional space. As I told you in the earlier lecture, while dealing with linear dependence and independence of vector, I told you that number of linearly independent vectors in a space is always equal to the number of dimensions of this space. Listen this carefully. Number of linearly independent vectors in a space is always equal to the number of dimensions of the space. What about linearly dependent vectors? Number of linearly dependent vectors is not restricted by number of dimensions of this space. Linearly dependent vectors, number of linearly dependent vectors are not restricted by dimensions of this space in which the vectors are described or defined, but number of linearly independent vectors are always equal to the number of dimensions of this space in which the vectors are defined. I am considering here n-dimensional space. As I am considering here n-dimensional space, there will be n number of linearly independent vectors. So, in this n-dimensional space, I will have A1, A2, A3, etc. up to An. N number of vectors. And these n number of vectors are linearly independent on each other. We have considered n-dimensional space. In this n-dimensional space, we have n number of vectors A1, A2, A3, so on up to An. all these n vectors are linearly independent of each other. Some of these vectors may be orthogonal to each other, remaining may not be orthogonal to each other. It means that all of the vectors from this set of linearly independent vectors are not orthogonal to each other. Few may be orthogonal to each other, the remaining may not be orthogonal to each other. What we wanted to do, we wanted to obtain orthogonal set of vectors. We wanted to obtain a set of orthogonal vectors for this n dimensional space, which are corresponding to these n number of independent vectors. We wished to find a set of n number of orthogonal vectors corresponding to these n number of linearly independent vectors. And for this, we are going to use the method of inner product. We studied inner product. We have also solved 2 problems on inner product. Let us use that knowledge of inner product to get set of n number of orthogonal vectors corresponding to these n number of linearly independent vectors in a n dimensional space. Not only this, we are going to obtain a set of n number of orthonormal vectors. We are going to derive a set of n number of orthonormal vectors corresponding to these n number of linearly independent vectors in the n dimensional space. The method of getting or deriving a set of n number of orthonormal vectors is known as Schmidt's orthonormalization method. The method of getting set of n number of orthonormal vectors corresponding to these n number of linearly independent vectors in a n dimensional space. That method is known as Schmidt's orthonormalization method. And for this, we are going to use the inner product. Knowledge of inner product will be used in Schmidt's orthonormalization method to get set of n number of orthonormal vectors corresponding to these given vectors. Let us see how is the procedure. Step number 1. Let us consider a vector b1 which is simply equal to vector a1, equation number 1, where b1 is the first orthogonal and orthonormal vector. What is first step? In first step, what we are going to do? We are simply going to consider some vector b1 is equal to vector a1. This vector b1 will be one of the vectors from the set of orthogonal or the set of orthonormal vectors, the first step. Let us go to second step. In the second step, we will obtain second orthogonal or orthonormal vector, and it will be given by b2 is equal to a2 plus a21 b1. The second vector for the set of orthogonal or orthonormal vectors is given by b2 is equal to a2. a2 is known, b1 is known because b1 is taken equal to a1, a2 plus a21 into b1. a2 is known, b1 is known, a21 is not known. What is this a21? This a21 is a scalar constant. This a21 is a scalar constant. Let us try to find this scalar constant. Let me write this as equation number 2, and I wanted to find the value of scalar constant a21. How to find the value of scalar constant a21? To find the value of scalar constant a21, we shall use the property that vectors b1 and b2 are orthogonal to each other. We are going to use the property that vectors b1 and b2 are orthogonal to each other. Keeping this property in mind, let us get inner product of vectors b2 and b1. That is, inner product of vectors b2 and b1 is equal to a2 comma b1 in one bracket plus a21 into in the bracket b1 comma b1. b1 and b2 are orthogonal to each other. So what will be the inner product of orthogonal vectors? It is 0. And therefore, let me write this 0 is equal to a2 comma b1 inner product of vector a2 with vector b1 plus a21 into inner product of vector b1 with itself, or this is further a21 into b1 comma b1 in the bracket is equal to minus of a2 comma b1, and further a21 is equal to minus of inner product of a2 and b1 divided by square of norm of vector b1. So finding inner product of a2 and b1, inner product of b1 with b1, getting quotient of this with minus sign, we will get value of a21. Just put this value of a21 here, you will get b2. As you put this value of a21 here, you will get value of b2, because a2 is known, b1 is known, a21 is found from equation 3. This way, second vector from the set of n orthogonal or orthonormal vectors is found. It is step number 2. Now let us go for step number 3. In step 3, we shall find b3, the third vector from the set of n number of orthogonal or orthonormal vectors, and this will be equal to b3 is equal to a3 plus A31 B1 plus A32 B2 equation number 4. Third orthogonal vector B3 is given by the formula A3 plus A31 B1 plus A32 B2. A3 is known, B1 is known, B2 is also known. B1 is known from equation 1, B2 is known from equation 2. A31 and A32 are the scalar constants. These are unknown and we need to find these unknown scalar constants A31 and A32. Once we find these scalar constants A31 and A32, everything will be known. A3 known, A31, B1, A32, B2 all are known. So B3 can be very easily found. Let me first find this A31. To find this A31, what property I am going to use? B1 and B3 are orthogonal to each other and therefore their inner product should be 0. So let us get inner product of B3 with B1, that will be inner product of A3 and B1 plus A31 into B1 comma B1 plus A32 B2 comma B1. B3 B1 are orthogonal to each other, B2 B1 are also orthogonal to each other and therefore this inner product will be 0, this inner product will be 0. As these two are orthogonal to each other, these two are orthogonal to each other, inner product of orthogonal vectors is always 0. So this will be 0, this will be 0. Then what is left? 0 is equal to A3 comma B1 plus A31 into B1 comma B1. This is for the A31 into B1 comma B1 is equal to, send this bracket to this side, so it will be minus A3 comma B1. This is for the A31 is equal to minus of A3 comma B1 divided by B1 comma B1, equation number 5. So A31 which is needed here can be found by using equation 5. Just working out this inner product and this inner product, quotient of these two with minus sign will give us value of A31, that we can substitute here. Now A3 known, A31 known, B1 known, B2 known, A32 is still not known. Let us find A32. To find A32, what we have to do? To find A32, we have to use the property that B3 and B2 are orthogonal, and therefore let us take inner product of B3 with B2, that will be equal to inner product of A3 with B2 plus A31 B2 B1 plus A32 B2 comma B2. B2 B3 orthogonal to each other, B2 B1 orthogonal to each other. So inner product of these two orthogonal vectors is 0. Inner product of these two orthogonal vectors is 0. And what left is 0 is equal to a3 comma b2 in one bracket plus a32 into b2 comma b2. This is for the a32 into b2 comma b2 is equal to minus this term sent to this side. So this will be inner product of a3 and b2, or this is for the a32 is equal to minus of inner product of a3 and b2 divided by inner product of b2 with b2, equation number 6. We can easily find inner product of a3 and b2. Inner product of b2 with b2 itself. Quotient of these two with minus sign will give us value of a32. a31 known, a32 known, put values here and here. Now all quantities on this side are known. a3, a31, b1, a32, b2 all are known, and so b3 can be easily found. And what is this b3? The third member of a set of n number of orthogonal or orthonormal vectors. Step number 3. Then let us go for step number 4. Step number 4 is b4 is equal to a4 plus a41 b1 plus a42 b2 plus a43 b3. Now to get b4, we have to use this equation. In this equation, a4 known, b1 known, b2 known, b3 known. a41, a42, a43 are not known. And therefore, what are these? These are the scalar constants. We have to get equations for a41, a42, a43. And to get equations for a41, a42, a43, what we need to do? We have to remember the property that b1 is orthogonal with b4, so that we can get value of a41. Then we have to remember that b2 is orthogonal with b4, so that we can get value of a42. Then we have to remember that b3 is orthogonal with b4, so that we can get value of a42. In earlier 3 stages, we have used some process to get these values, that is, we have taken inner products. We shall repeat the same thing, so that we will get a41 is equal to minus a4 comma b1 divided by b1 comma b1, equation number 7. a42 is equal to minus of a4 comma b2 divided by b2 comma b2, equation number 8. a43 is equal to minus of a4 comma b3 divided by b3 comma B3 equation number 9. Now you know the procedure to get value of A41, A42, A43 because we have discussed this in step number 2, step number 3 in detail. Without skipping a single simple step, I have solved all these steps. Okay, just use these steps here so that you will get values of A41 by equation 7, A42 by equation 8 and A43 by equation 9. Now put these values from equation 7, 8, 9 into this equation here, here and here. Now all terms on RHS of this equation are known and so B4 can be easily found. 4 members from the set of orthogonal or orthonormal vectors corresponding to these are found here. The same process can be continued. The same process can be continued so that we will get the set of orthogonal vectors B1, B2, B3, B4 and so on up to Br minus 1. And now we wanted to get Br. How to get Br? Br will be equal to Ar plus Ar1 B1 plus Ar2 B2 plus Ar3 B3 plus Ar4 B4 plus dash dash plus Ar comma Ar minus 1 Br minus 1. Equation number 10. Now here B1, B2, B3 up to Br minus 1 are known. Ar is known. From this Ar is also known. Ar1 is not known, Ar2 is not known, Ar3, Ar4, Ar5 up to Ar comma R minus 1 are not known. We have to find all these scalar constants Ar1, Ar2, Ar3 and so on. And the formula to find these are Arj is equal to minus of Ar comma Bj divided by Bj comma Bj. Equation number 11. This is general formula. Arj is equal to minus of Ar comma Bj, that is inner product of Ar and Bj divided by inner product of Bj with Bj. The same thing that we found already, that we have calculated already. This way we can find all the set, all the vectors in the set of orthogonal vectors which are corresponding to this. All these vectors will be orthogonal to each other. So by applying Schmidt's orthonormalization method, we succeed in getting set of n number of vectors which are orthogonal to each other. Try to remember what did I tell at the beginning of the article. At the beginning of the article, I told that not only you can get the set of n number of orthogonal vectors, you can also derive the set of n number of orthonormal vectors using Smith's orthonormalization method. I got set of n number of orthogonal vectors. How to get this set of n number of orthonormal vectors? To get set of n number of orthonormal vectors corresponding to these vectors in the n-dimensional space, what we have to find? We have to find norm of B1, norm of B2, norm of B3, norm of B4 and so on up to Br. Divide B1 with norm of B1, divide B2 with norm of B2, divide B3 with norm of B3, divide B4 with norm of B4, divide Br minus 1 with norm of Br minus 1, divide Br with norm of Br. This set of orthogonal vectors will be converted to the set of orthonormal vectors by dividing each of the orthogonal vectors by its norm. This set of n number of orthogonal vectors will be converted to the set of n number of orthonormal vectors. This is the simple idea of getting a set of orthogonal vectors, a set of orthonormal vectors corresponding to the linearly independent vectors described in n-dimensional space. And this method is Smith's orthonormalization method. So, this is explained in detail. Hope you understood this. In the next lecture, we shall go for at least one problem on this article. Till then, thank you.